to drive that net.
AJ Spellacy coming off a penalty shot goal on Saturday. That was his first goal in 10. Give him goals in back-to-back now. And more importantly, the Spitfires get the jump on the Bulldogs. Owen Protz. Rink wide pass. Flush back to his own blue line. Now moving ahead, it's Vanacker. Leads this team in scoring. Chasing after it, Cole Brown. Spitfires punch it to the corner. Brown right on it. Brown, one of the few bodies that was with this franchise when the Bulldogs and Spitfires went to Game 7 of the OHL Final. Kept in there, bounced around and behind the goal. Vanacker moves it to space. Sending it to the front of the goal is O'Brien. He's a shifty rookie. Bulldogs finish a change. Jabril Toure on the wing. Be careful there. Vanacker read that well. Vanacker with Brown going to the net. Here's O'Brien off the post again. They turn the goal light on. That didn't go in, though. A -1 for the goal judge tonight. Ethan Martin left wing side, driving the net. Spitfires. Nesbitt broken up there by rookie O'Brien.
That's some nice two-way play by O'Brien, the leading rookie scorer in the league. Almost scores at one end, comes down, prevents a goal at the other end, and just disrupts a play right there and heads back the other way.
Jake O'Brien now. Read that play, just dumps it in the corner. Vanacker's first on it. Spitfires jump on him. Eichler moves it up the wall. Valentin Jugan. I think a big night for the Valentin boy on Valentine's Day. Would make sense, wouldn't it? He's going to get a change in here. We've played 6 minutes. Spitfires the 3-2 edge and shots of getting one in now as well. Moore still behind the goal. Crowd of about 4,000 here tonight. Not loving the delay. Finally, Cristoforo moves it to the blue line. Morneau back to Eichler. We played 9 minutes. Spitfires 5-3 the edge and shots and 2-0 lead on the scoreboard. And the Go Spits Go cheer starts to rise up here at the WFCU Center. Ethan Martin. Pass doesn't get rink wide. Broken up by Vanacker. Turned back up ice is O'Brien. Back for Vanacker. Tough combination for the Bulldogs with Vanacker and O'Brien. Lots to handle, and Vanacker almost snuck one up underneath the bar. Bello keeps it in, back into the wing here. It's Brown. Brown rims it around. Chen waits for it, now sends it to the front of the goal, looking for the tip, right back to Chen. Chen wrists one off the shoulder of Costanzo. Spitfires move it to space, but it's right onto the stick now of the Bulldogs. Send it right back in on goal, blocked there, and O'Brien chases into the corner. Cristoforo poked away by Valentin Jugan. Jugan up the wing, tipped into space, and Rebello back on it now.
They're trying to make a little run of things here on home ice.
It's been a 4-game week, so they'll play Flint in Flint on Saturday. Back home on Sunday, a 4 o'clock start versus the Sioux, and then London on Family Day. No more no is going to bank it out to center. Chen back into his own zone. Cedric Okotindu is out of the lineup tonight. Noel Roberts is suspended. Thomas Hamara, former Kitchener Ranger, is out with a lower body injury. The big scratch up front is Nick Lardis, the Chicago draft pick. O'Brien just from his knees couldn't get it ahead to Vanacker. Lardis, one of the bright young stars of the Ontario Hockey League, has missed now 14 games in a row. An upper body injury. He's still week to week. But this is a team that had Jorian Donovan, came back after World Junior Championships, and they moved him over to Saginaw, and they made some moves. It still sits second in the Eastern Conference. The first year in Brantford, referee Manette got a skate on that one. Spitfires managed to get control, but they'll swing it out to center. Walton's got to backtrack it, and they all got goals early. This one had a goal, minute 18 in, as Thomas gets it off the draw. He sets up, works it down low. O'Brien pressured, back to Thomas. Back for Lavoie. There's Thomas off a leg into the corner. Jacques Dubois scoring just 40 seconds in Ottawa. Kingston's got a 2-1 lead there. Big game in Sarnia tonight, or rather in Flint. Sarnia's there. They're up 2-1 in the early going. Niagara's got a 3-0 lead over Erie, who is in a tailspin right now. Gavin Bryant scored about 2.5 minutes into that one. We'll look at those out-of-town scores coming up in the first intermission. Power play here. Jack-Eye, quick shot right in on goal. Bouncing puck. Morneau couldn't clear the initial rebound, and now a sliding Colton Smith finally slides it right out over the line underneath of him. Now we'll get set up once again. Thomas has to go back for it. He'll hold it in. This is a 5-man forward unit for the Bulldogs. Jack-Eye back to Thomas. Worked it back down low. Vanacker set up in front. Here's Jack-Eye. Back into the corner for O'Brien. Comes off the wall, moves it to the middle. O'Brien leads his team with 16 power play points. He got a post earlier in the game. Vanacker back to Thomas. Got taken off the skate. Move it here for Lavoie. His shot just goes wide on the left pad side. Vanacker back to Thomas once again. 25 seconds left in the Green Tree penalty. There's on and on goal and into the midst. And Owen Protz back in behind his own goal. And he'll wait for a change to be completed by the road team here tonight. Protz gets it ahead over the line. Lavoie spun off the puck with a hip check. Stays with it though. Toure chases him back down. Lavoie back to Radley. Rim back behind the goal for O'Brien. Kid can dish the puck. He does back to the point. Here's Radley looking towards the goal. Sends it in towards the net. Lavoie tipped it wide. Nesbitt, a goal and an assist on Saturday. His first 2-point night. Gets it ahead for Struthers. Still looking for his first as a Spitfire. Doesn't get far with it. Radley back the other way. Vanacker was back in behind Weingart. Weingart misses the check. Vanacker was at the top prospects game in Moncton. Him and O'Brien work well together. Vanacker behind the goal. Watched by Eichler. Good move there by Marek Vanacker and almost stuffed it home. Right to the front of the net. Radley, good job of keeping it in. Spitfire, it's not going to go far. The Spitfires looking to kill off their second. Toure can't clear the zone. Knocked down by Thomas. Works it down below the goal line. O'Brien dishes back out up top. Here's Lavoie. Cross ice feed. Vanacker, fresh ice. Was looking short side off the outside of the net. We, like you, don't get to see these Eastern Conference teams a whole heck of a lot. A guy like Marek Vanacker, who's been getting some attention in the upcoming NHL Draft. Been impressed with him after 20 minutes. Big body, moves the puck well, plays well with O'Brien. Who's on the far side now, calling for the pass. So go back to Lavoie. Dish to Thomas, down to O'Brien, to the front of the net, Florian Jack-Eye. Slinging around the outside. Jack-Eye's right there in the blue paint, drawing some attention. Spitfires get it outside the line. Spellacy thought about a change. Now he'll get to the bench, and the Spitfires will get one set of fresh legs on. Vanacker's trying to chase it against the wall. Punches it ahead to Jack-Eye. O'Brien lets it go for Thomas. Toure and Walton back in the blue line for the Spitfires. Here's Lavoie, they'll crisscross. Thomas moves that pass down for Vanacker. Here's Jack-Eye, below the circles now, gets it back to Thomas. Thomas sends one in on goal underneath of Costanzo. Now sent to the far side. O'Brien, that was a backhander, went all the way around the wall and comes out. Spitfires looking to get a change in here. Morneau will slow things down and then dish into the far corner. Green Tree's there. Spitfires get the defense, designs the jerseys. Mateo, that'd be kind of neat. You know, as a fan sitting here watching your jersey on the ice, Mateo gets to enjoy that here tonight. O'Brien, right-hand side. His shot walking away. Costanzo to the far wall. On the wing for Jugend. Jugend in his feet. Has to find it. Still on the feet. Colton Smith below the goal line. Chen watches him. Lavoie gets it to the middle. It's Vanacker. Racing-themed jersey. I'm going with the checkered flag. Maybe a homage to the former checkered flag Speedway. Could that be it? Pretty sure Mateos, well before Mateos' time. Right to the front of the goal. Costanzo sprawling. We're going to poke check in there to break it up. Penalty. Spitfires 0 for 2. Or successful 2 for 2 in the kill. Bulldogs are 0 for 2. We'll go back to work here. There's a shot. Vanacker, not all of it. Not where he wanted it. to Lavoie. Far side, Thomas. Now they'll crisscross. Again, we'll say it again. The five-man forward unit on the power play for the Bulldogs. Thomas in on goal. Loose puck. That goes into the far corner. Davis played well defensively, which is a rookie is going to get you more ice time. Here on the penalty kill. Jack guy to the front of the net. That goes. He got all of it.
Close to 90 miles per hour.
Well, when Danny was in town with the Ice Dogs, he scored in his first game back here at the WFC Center. Been a couple years here in Windsor. Someone gets to the line, and now it gets out. He had a goal and assist in that Ice Dogs win earlier in the season here in Windsor. Moving over to Brantford. Better situation for him, and he's playing a ton. He's playing in that top unit. Getting some power play time. Good for him. Broken up by Morneau. Morneau. Far side for Davis. He overskates it. Now just sends it back in behind the goal. Spitfires with 2:13 left in the 4-minute penalty to Captain Greentree. Bulldogs to Vanacker. It's a 2-on-2 through center. Trying to catch up is Jack Guy. Jack Guy yelling 3. He's the extra attacker there. Abraham stays with him. Jack Guy moves it to Thomas. Thomas, far side, right to the side of the goal. Now back to Thomas. Thomas far for O'Brien. He sends it right across the crease. Spellacy trying to beat his man, and he does. Spellacy in on goal. Can't one-hand it by Droback. Loses a stick in the process. Comes out to center. Good read there by Eichler, and he'll carry it back in over the line. Spellacy leads the Spitfires with 2 short-handed goals. Almost had another one there. Lavoie gets dropped by Spellacy. Big hit by AJ. And he'll head to the bench and get a rest in. Well-deserved. Toure now pressuring into the front of the net. It's Abraham. And 15 left in the power play. And it comes all the way back. Walton. Spitfires.
Teams puts him up to 24 on the season.
Oh, his brother Arbor, Jack Guy. They're both from Hamilton. Arbor started his OHL career with the Kitchener Rangers. Undrafted. We've heard the story. Working at Costco. Goes to Kitchener. Breaks into that lineup and then gets traded to the Hamilton Bulldogs. And anybody that remembers that 2022 OHL final, he was dominant.
Oh, just a beast out there.
Like a man amongst men. He's the size and intimidation. Man, he played well for the Hamilton Bulldogs at the time. Brown now through the middle. Brown flops one in and comes to the corner. Okay, so I said there are 4 players that are still in this lineup that were with that team that beat the Spitfires in Game 7 at Hamilton and won the OHL final and a right to represent the OHL at the Memorial Cup. So one of them we talked to in the first intermission, Cole Brown. The other is Patrick Thomas. Lawson Shirk, the captain. That went off the side of the goal and pinned there. Holding on is Brantford's just pouring it on. 34 shots now on goal. 74, rather the third goal for number 74, Adrian Rubello, on the season. He's coming off a 3-assist afternoon versus Peterborough on Super Bowl Sunday. He's only got 8 points now. He did it against Owen Sound. Owen Sound came back, had the edge, and the Spitfires got a quick goal. And see how they play here with Vanacker back on Cristoforo. 2 draft eligible players for the upcoming NHL Draft. Jugan. Rolling puck to the side of the net. Spitfires can't chip it over Droback. Ethan Martin was there on the doorstep. Here's Vanacker, that big body back down the wing. He splits the D. Vanacker in on goal. Costanzo, it's underneath him. A penalty coming. And now it's a penalty shot here. 27 goals in the season. Vanacker one-on-one with Costanzo. 2-2 the score. Down the right wing. Moves, loses it.
Cross.
And it's one back to Vanacker. Just missed a penalty shot moments ago. His pass to the front of the net, knocked down. Greenwell bumps his man. Toure gives his man a bump. There's a shot quickly off the wing. That's back in behind the net. O'Brien finds it. Dishes back to Sobolev. That comes right back to the middle of the zone. Sobolev wide of the goal. Vanacker trying to lift it over. Nice big rebound out to the side of the net for him. Back to Chen. A lot of movement here by the Bulldogs. Chen's shot. That one off the stick and just off the goal. Back towards the front. 34 seconds left in the clock. Spitfires looking to hold on. Tied 2-2. Toure. Watched by O'Brien, just enough off the glass. Held in by Sobolev. Goes off a leg and comes outside the line. So Jack Guy open the scoring for the Bulldogs. Wins it back for Thomas. Thomas and LeBlanc trade sides. Thomas right down the middle. Off to Vanacker. Watched there by Walton. Puck around the wall. LeBlanc plays him the backhand. LeBlanc's second time here to the WFCU Center this year was with the Niagara Ice Dogs earlier this season. Was the final trade made at the deadline. Got in just under the wire. Some moves made. Noah Van Vliet was moved along. Jorian Donovan was moved from Brantford. Looked like maybe they were saying, all right, let's, pick up some draft picks and move along. But they've put a good charge here together in their first season in Brantford. Sits second overall in Eastern Conference. Near side, Lavoie. He shot Costander.
As your best penalty killer, and he's been that tonight.
Lavoie moves into the corner for O'Brien. O'Brien off the hash marks, back to Thomas. Lavoie. Thomas, Spellacy. Here's a shot, they'll score. That one handcuffed him. Spellacy, I don't know if it hit something on the way in, but it's going to get by Lucas Moore. Waits for a change, and then we'll break it out. Brown back in over the line. Moves it to the middle. His shot rides up a stick, goes over top of the goal. Rebello started the game as a defenseman. Has scored in the second to tie it up. And now here working with Brown and O'Brien. Ethan Martin will bank it in. Jugan takes a check. Here's Nesbitt. Back to the point. Woodall towards the front of the net. Knocked down. It's O'Brien. Impressed by Jake O'Brien here tonight. Toure ahead. Spitfires back it over the line. Here's Ethan Martin. Had the game-winning goal last week. 4,000 tickets sold. Spellacy and O'Brien. Spellacy wins the draw. Smartly down the wall for Smith. Smith leaves for Cristoforo. He's got some room to the front of the goal. Puck in the feet of the forward there in front. That was Jugan. Vanacker. Can't clear. That was actually Morneau. And now it comes to Smith. Smith trying to move that pass. Good work by Vanacker. Cristoforo was sneaking up offensively once again. He was cocked and ready, and Smith was just about to deliver the pass when Vanacker lifted the stick. Walton with the body on Brown. Bratz catches up to it. Down the wing, sent him to the front of the net. Brown. It's the New Jersey Devils draft pick. Vanacker with that power move again, but didn't have the puck. Walton uses the body to shield. Now he's going to dish off to Cristoforo. Here come the Spitfires, back in over the line. Cristoforo going to jump up offensively, 3-on-3, shot to the goal, and drove. Jake O'Brien now leans in on the draw. The Spitfires playing with the lead since about midway through the second. Drove back, directs it to the corner. Smith. Bradley tries to tie him up. Valentin Jugan pokes away at it. Jugan back in behind the goal. Feeds the point. Cristoforo just keeps it in. Back off into the front of the net. And finally, Droback will pass.
Came in 7 for 7. 7 in his last 7.
That move. Davis, Greentree, Abraham line. Florian Jack-Guy for the Bulldogs. The offensive leaders for both sides. Abraham off his stick. Now overskates it. Jack-Guy finds it. Gets it ahead. Greentree backhands it for Abraham. Abraham on the wing for Davis. He's in. Hobbled over. This Spitfire line is gassed. And now they'll chop it out. But will they be able to get to the bench? Greentree, Cristoforo finally get there. And here come the Bulldogs. Vanacker with speed. With Thomas. He's got more. The Bulldogs were able to get a change in. The Spitfires unsuccessful. Costanza will bail him out. Draw one by the Bulldogs. It's Moore. Vanacker. He's had a strong game tonight. Moore's going to change. And Spitfires poke it away, but Bulldogs will get back on it first. Thomas. Cristoforo forechecking. Thomas from in front of his own goal. It's Lavoie. Thomas, Lavoie, and Vanacker. 3 forwards now. Here's Lavoie. That can't be brought towards the front of the net. He lost the handle. Chance in front. Vanacker. Quick shot wide of the goal. Swallowed up by Thomas. Far wall. Back to Lavoie down the middle. Lavoie shot gloved.